From Nashville, Tennessee, Inside the Noize podcast with your host, Jenna Heidemann. Here's Jenna.
Welcome to Inside the Noize. I'm Jenna Heidemann. To my left is...
And I'm Katie Cow. I didn't know you were going to do the to the left.
Oh, man. And across from me is...
Stephen Carey.
Double to the left.
What's up?
What's up? How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How's it going with y'all?
Good.
Good.
Awesome. Good
Week's
to
been
see
good.
y'all again.
Yeah.
Yes.
We had a fun time separately on 2 occasions, I guess.
With Jenna one
Jenna
time.
before, then at the Writers Round thing with you.
Mm-hmm.
Good time.
So for you guys that don't know, Stephen played the listening room in December. We had our first ever Inside the Noize listening room night. And it was you, Eric Van Houten, Jared Gregg, and Jay Hartley.
Yes.
And it was so much fun. You guys killed it.
So much fun. Thank you.
I listened back because we did get the live audio and put the audio out. So the whole show's up and released as a podcast, which is really cool.
I saw that you posted that was up, but I haven't listened to it yet. I also haven't listened to your podcast yet.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, man.
It's fine.
That.
That's fine.
You got some catching up to do.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, each week we start with a good week, bad week, something good that happened, something bad that happened.
Go, Jenna.
Go first?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't... She's going to make fun of me. I seriously don't. When I have something bad, I'll be like, oh my gosh, guys, I have something that bad
It'll
that
be
happened.
the day that,
the
world stops turning.
Yeah, but I have something good. I got my tooth fixed.
Yes.
Remember I told you guys
Good.
that...
Look at those
you can't
chompers.
You can't even tell where it was broken, can you?
No, you can't.
Would you be able to tell?
I see no.
She got her
issues
tooth chipped.
whatsoever.
That's it. Music City Dental. If you guys need some dental.
Shout out.
Shout out. I found them on Google, and they were like, how'd you find us? I was like, Google. And they were like, oh, well, we can't pay them back, so thank you so much, Google. And
Great.
I was like, I just needed a dentist, and I'm officially an adult, so.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
All right. No bad week?
No. I mean, one of our podcasts had to get taken down this week, but that was it.
Yeah.
That was my bad week, too. It was a really stressful day.
Which I mean,
I learned from it. I've learned one other time. Like,
there you go.
there's been 2 lessons in this podcast. And so
wait, what's the first one?
I had someone else come on and tell an off-the-record confession about another artist.
Oh, no.
Oh.
And it needed to come down.
Maybe that got a little hairy.
And so that was the other lesson I learned. And I felt the same exact
tea.
way this time. I was like, no, this is repeating. I just had so much I knew it wasn't my fault. But at the same time,
I literally had to talk Jenna off a ledge. I was like,
I felt bad for
this
the
has
other
nothing to do
person.
with you.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
fine.
And then everything's fine.
Okay, Steven, I'm just going to give you a warning. This will go on the internet. This is a podcast.
This is a podcast. It'll be
People
up.
will hear this.
Other people will download it.
So
and
if you
listen.
say anything that is going to offend anyone, just don't. If you're going to ask us to take it down, we cannot anymore.
I can't.
So,
It's permanently
this
out
is
there.
a public announcement that if you come on the podcast from here on out, it probably will not get taken down.
And if you ask me to take it down, then you're going to have to barter with me. That's
Yeah.
my new thing. Like, you're going to have to either pay me or give me
buy your
something.
shots.
Something,
That's
yeah.
the way to
Like,
her heart.
Something you're going to have to bribe me with.
We'll keep it clean enough to keep it up. That's all good.
I just don't know how people think coming on the podcast that it's I don't know what they think. It's gonna go out to the public. It's gonna be there for the rest of your life.
For the rest of
Yeah, for the rest of your life. People are going to search
even
you.
when it's taken down, you don't know if somebody recorded that.
Yeah, or something
They're not gonna
download
go
the
take it off
file.
the shelves in the
Yeah.
record store one day. It's just up there.
So that's what I'm like. I just think it's laughable the fact that someone comes on and then
It has to
they're
be taken
you need
down.
to take it down, and it's still existing
It's
somewhere.
still, and people listened. People downloaded.
Yeah, especially because it was already up for 5 hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was terrible.
Yikes.
Good.
Tagged in the
Yeah, tagged. It was reshared.
Oh, cringy. Okay, Steven, what was your make some noise, stop that noise?
Okay, make some noise is, sometimes it's the little things, right? We redid one of the rooms in my house, which is insane. I have a house.
Oh my gosh, that's so
I don't
cool.
know how they were like, yes, you can have a house now. I don't know.
You were granted a house.
I'm adulting.
Blur, but yeah, stoked on that. So we were, putting wallpaper up, which is hilarious in and of itself that we were wallpapering because who does that
Yeah.
anymore? But it was some cool wallpaper, and you have to cut around all the little outlets, right, with the wallpaper, the little plug plates and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
the old plates didn't go with the wallpaper. We had to order new ones. They're gold. They were coming from a very like unreliable source on the internet, and they arrived this week.
Oh,
China.
yeah. Winning.
And they're gold, so they're sweet. So
What room was it? Is it like a
it's
guest
a
room?
weird, like, in-between room that goes between the living room and the kitchen, and we were literally calling it the in-between. We're like, what are we gonna do with the in-between, man? Like,
It's just like a, what's
like
that?
transitional room.
What's
kinda.
that Netflix show? Oh, Stranger Things. The in between.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the underneath or whatever the hell.
Yeah, it's like the upside down.
Upside down.
That's it.
There it is.
See, I'm a true fan.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Did you not ever see Stranger Things?
No, I haven't watched it.
Oh, fake fan.
You are like an alien here
Right?
now.
She's wearing a cowboy hat also, and
Is that the
It's a
excuse?
Brooks and Dunn
Brooks and Dunn t-shirt.
1997 shirt.
she's been on this like throwback
authentic?
country.
It is. I've just been on a throwback because Carey and I, honestly, we haven't done laundry. My sister and I live together and we do our laundry together. And I've been so busy
You've been digging deep.
that I haven't done laundry.
You've been digging.
And I like am in an office every day now, and I'm like, shoot, what am I gonna wear? I don't
You
have.
gotta look presentable.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this works. It's the music industry. It's a cool throwback shirt.
Totally.
Okay, what was your
with that.
stop that noise, Carey? Steven.
Ooh, stop that noise.
I was like, Carey, Steven. Because now, okay,
We
before
go
the
last name, first name.
before the podcast, we were joking around, and I was like, "Does anybody ever call you Stephen Curry?" Like as a joke, like if you can't say the name right. And
Yeah.
now I'm like thinking Carey before Steven, and it's very
We're all messed
confusing.
up.
When you see, like, people hear the name Steven, they picture it with a V, but when you see it written out with a PH, people go, oh, like Steph Curry. You know what I mean? 'Cause it's a PH
Stephen.
too, so.
Yes.
Yep. Just my luck. Somebody will be super famous with like one letter difference in their name. You know?
Okay, so what was your stop that noise?
Stop that noise is embarrassing and dumb, but again, at the house, we have like a big backyard and we don't have a paved driveway yet. So the yard where we pull down and drive and park and stuff is very squishy because it's been really wet lately. And dude, my truck's been stuck back there since Monday.
Oh no.
I had to get
crap.
the shovel out. Luckily, there was a bunch of gravel on site, you know, from the people that sold us the house. There was just a bunch of extra stuff there, which was cool. So utilized that. Just got the shovel out and dug the bad boy out. Got some traction, so I just pulled it out today.
There you go. Oh, I mean,
There you go.
That's a make some noise.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good and bad.
Claps.
Well, it's like good and bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
It got
you-
stuck, which sucked. I got it out today. But
Which is good.
You didn't let me say my good.
Well, it's your turn now to do both.
Katie and I can do something really fun with the Texas artist coming up, and I'm so excited. I was freaking out. I was like, dreams come true.
It's so funny because Jenna will text me freaking out and be like, cool.
It's fine because I know like you don't care.
I do care, but I'm just like, I don't know. I've been in the industry so long that I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
cool.
But like I don't get super excited about many things except for the Texas guys.
You get excited every single day about everything. You breathe air and you're like, did you
like
see
there's
that?
there
So
still.
delicious.
Yeah, but we could do something really
Well, you're
fun.
from Texas, right?
I'm from Illinois.
Oh,
I hate to break
She
it to
just
you.
adapted Texas.
I just
Really?
Yes.
really like Texas.
Okay.
Recently, she's one of those people that like becomes obsessed
like-
with something and then clings to it. So she's
that's
clinging.
Well, yes and no.
Yes.
When I graduated college, my mom thought I was gonna move to Texas because I liked it 6 years ago,
And she's back.
and so I stayed here,
Right.
but I still love Texas. And now the love's just grown over the years.
God bless
That's cool.
Texas.
Hey,
So
if you love Texas country and you're just kind of in that, you love that vibe and that scene, then that's
Yeah.
I mean, that's Texas country is a
it's a huge
Oh yeah,
thing.
it's huge.
yeah.
And it's great. Like you sent me all the Cody Johnson stuff. I loved all that stuff. And the Aaron Watson and all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're so awkward. I love it.
Yeah, I did. I recommended all those to you, and it's great. And I'm excited about the thing coming up.
You got the giggles today?
Yeah.
Like every day?
Yeah.
Okay, so what have you been doing lately, Steven? Stuff like that. Since the last time we talked to you.
Lately, since we talked, this was actually kind of funny, related to the round that we played. We went out on the road for a couple of dates right at the end of the year, like right after the writers' round at Listening Room that I did with you guys, and I met the guy that was running sound there that night, and had a great time with you guys and this and that.
Oh, and you went-
then,
You went to Champaign,
right,
Illinois. That's where I'm from.
There you go. Okay, yeah, that's right.
See?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did say that. That's my hometown. Dude, that got rowdy. That was a fun show.
Good.
Holy crap. That
They
was
show
really
up.
fun. Nothing on Ohio. That was the show the night before, but it just was not on the same level as Champaign. That was amazing. So that was my first time in Champaign, Illinois. But yeah, we played,
The city center.
right, we played the City Center.
I know all about it.
I love how you're just filling in. It's like Mad Libs.
Yeah.
You played the City Center.
That was a great venue. We had a really great show. That was really cool. But it turns out like the dude that was running sound at Listening Room, I guess tours with Walker McGuire. We were out opening for
Shout
him.
out Zach Johnson.
Zach. He didn't recognize me at the first venue when we got there because he was on stage like working on something, and you know, it was just like hilarious seeing him there. And then he like saw me later, you know, in my get up. I guess I was like wearing like road clothes, road dog clothes when you walk in the bar for setup and load in and sound check and stuff. And then later that night he saw me, you know, with the hat on. Maybe it was like the same thing I was wearing the night at the writers' round or something. He was like, "Whoa, what are you doing here?"
You're like,
Ohio?
I'm working.
Like,
I was
I'm
like,
playing
"We
these
just opened
shows.
for you guys."
No, I followed you here and snuck backstage.
And it's like, "Oh crap, man! I didn't see your set. That's awesome!" Like, and you know, we got to talk a little bit the next night, but that was awesome. You know, it was just funny, like being out there and seeing guys that you see around town sometimes, and you don't realize what all they do. The guy plays bass for them. Had played a writers' round a couple weeks before that, you know, and I met him that night just as a songwriter, singer, guitar player. I didn't realize he like toured playing bass with other bands and stuff. So
That's
yeah,
so cool.
that was a fun time, just kind of meeting the whole crew with the Walker guys, and they were super cool and nice. But
Small world.
real fun.
Small
shows.
world.
Yeah.
Real fun shows. Yeah.
Cool. What is your background and everything? Like, obviously, if I can speak today. Obviously, a lot of people moved to Nashville. So you're from originally where?
I'm from Florida, so I'm from Jacksonville, Florida.
She's from Florida.
Where in Florida?
Oh man,
I'm from
here we
Fort
go.
Lauderdale.
There's a lot of Florida.
Fort Lauderdale.
There's a whole lot of Florida.
There's like a 9 hours of Florida.
I'm not from there. Don't know.
Well, at least for me, it's 9 hours of Florida. To get out of Florida, it takes me like 8 to 9 hours.
Forever. Yeah,
Forever.
That's deep. Fort
Yeah.
Lauderdale's pretty deep.
Steep.
But yeah, South Florida is like a whole other world compared to North Florida.
Yeah.
So you're from way down there. North Florida, Jacksonville is, I mean, my hometown, you know, is almost Georgia.
Right.
They're right there. It's very close. But huge rivalry, unfortunately, with Georgia.
Yeah.
The Florida-Georgia game every year happens in Jacksonville.
Yep.
The Landing and all that. So, yeah, I'm obviously a Jags fan, so that's rough. Titans are from here. We're in the same division, which makes it extra rough.
Yep.
But got to kind of like adopt hockey. I never gave a crap about it.
Not the
'cause there
Preds.
wasn't anybody in Jacksonville. I mean,
Yeah.
Florida's got the Panthers and, you know,
Woo woo.
the Lightning and all that.
They're from
but
Fort Lauderdale.
I was
Panthers.
like, man, now I can dig in on the Preds. This is a cool new team. And freaking Carey Underwood's husband was like the captain.
Mike Fisher.
It was cool.
And then he like
Yeah.
retired and then came back.
Yeah, then you're trying to get
Yeah.
back.
It was so
Came
confusing.
back. Yeah, they still had a great year, but yeah, so just love it here. Visited a few times and just got hooked. It was like, gosh, it just seems like everything that I want to be a part of is going on there a lot more often than it's going on in Jacksonville. So I was like really lucky. I got to open for a bunch of people, you know, back home that would come through town that were coming up that didn't have openers and stuff like that, or like they might be on a big tour, and then they would do a one-off in Jacksonville and need an opener, and then I'd get the call. You know?
that's cool.
So I got, you know, a bunch of good opening spots, and I kind of realized, I was like, man, I wonder, you know, what it would be like if I were actually there in the middle of all of this stuff instead of just kind of like jumping on every now and again.
And
when
doing
they
it
come
full
through
time.
My side of the country. Yeah, I was like, man, I got to try to be there more often. So I was like considering taking trips more often and buying a house in Florida. And we were like, all right, that's not going to work. We got to just go be there.
Which
So we-
is obviously working for you. You got Spotify is
Yeah, so
popping.
Hit 1 million streams on the new song.
On the new song, yeah, really stoked about that. Thank you for that and for noticing and knowing about it. It's nuts, man. I mean, you just kind of watch the numbers and you just hope that stuff is going to connect. You put it out, you never know what's going to really happen, you know. And yeah, we've had a lot of luck and traction and success with people just kind of digging into something by a guy they've never really heard of yet,
Right.
You know. So we're still sort of building, you know, the brand and the visibility of it and all of that stuff, you know, which is stuff that, you know, artists may not have had to deal with in the past, but
Yeah.
now it's like so readily accessible with everybody's technology and phones, and everybody's got a laptop and doing anything you want to on there, you know. So we've been doing a lot of cool stuff in-house and been able to keep it kind of close and in the fam, but luckily we're building the team out, you know. Since last year we got an agent on board now, so we're trying to get out on the road more this year. You know, those dates last year right after the listening room thing were the first ones officially, you know,
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
as an artist over
Yeah,
there.
well, Walker
so-
McGuire. Those are the ones that he's talking about.
I know.
So,
Thank you. Thank
Cool,
you.
because he got on WME and stuff like that. So that's so cool.
so we're working with Braden over there, and I love that dude. He loves my songs. It's a good relationship.
Awesome. And
Good.
you had mentioned something before. We were chatting before the actual podcast started, before Jenna had gotten here.
Yeah, a little
And
Late again.
Nashville traffic is not a joke.
It's no
It's a
joke.
real thing.
So how do you juggle being an artist and you have a 9-to-5 job, basically?
Yeah, I still
Yeah.
have to figure out how to make that life balance and, my responsibilities as a husband and a homeowner, you know what I mean, to try to figure out, okay, well, yes, the reason we moved here is for me to be an artist. And I mean, that's like the real stuff, Those are like real conversations I have with my team. They're like, man, what do you have going on? Are you good with everything? Like just talk to us, let us know what's going on with you and stuff like that. And I'm like, believe me, everything that we're doing is awesome. I just want to be doing that full time, without having to balance the other stuff eventually. And it will get there. I'm very confident that will, eventually be the case. Obviously that's the goal for this year, is to figure out how to phase that part out. But honestly, I can't complain. It's a really good opportunity to just kind of stay close to home. It's a good job to have, but that's not why anybody moves here for music, to like
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah.
just have a job and try to figure it out, but yeah, luckily I've been able to figure out the balance, and it's going really well. We're working on a ton of new music now, to put something together as more of like a package thing. We've been doing singles, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, okay, well, are you going to do an EP? You going to do an album? You going to do this or that? So we're kind of figuring out the game plan for that. So we
Cool.
have a ton of new music that we're working on, like I said, now. But
Are you
we
planning
also
on-
have a bunch of good stuff from like, the Rex Me Summer Cool sessions. We have a ton of stuff from when we
That.
were recording those songs too. So yeah, it's all part of the game plan.
Are you playing a lot of the new music on the road at your shows?
Yes, we got to play a song on that run specifically that like no one had heard yet, and like I've heard it, I get the mixes back, but like it's so exciting when you finally get to share something and you get to see that light bulb kind of turn on. And not every song's for everybody, right? So you look out and you see the ones that are reacting with more people, because you kind of notice the heads bobbing, you notice the people walking up, you notice them pulling their phones out and taking the videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, man, it was like one of the first times we've been like out of town playing a fairly large show where, there were a ton of fans there who might engage with Spotify, who might have known my songs, and then we go and play the songs that have been released, and they're singing them back. They're pulling out their phones and just like showing how much they like love the songs. They might not have, been there to see me. Obviously, we're opening for Walker McGuire, but then you go into something that they know, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's that guy! I love
Yeah.
that song!" Boom, and like I said, you see the light bulb turn on, and that was just like really cool, like awesome moment to see people singing your songs back to you. That's, that's when you get the goosebumps, and you're like, "I want to do this every freaking night. I want to do this every night."
You're like, bye, 9-to-5.
Yeah,
This is the new.
In the road.
But that's all good. Everybody's got their story and their struggle, and yeah, we're just kind of figuring out the next steps like everybody else. But it's been a cool ride so far. Last year was crazy, putting those songs out and just kind of seeing what would happen, and like some good stuff happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you go on the road and play all this new music that's going out, are you like one of those artists that really takes in consideration how people react to it, or do you just kind of like, oh no, I already have my set in my head, my favorite song, so like I want to put this out, basically? Because there's some artists that are very like, I know that this song is really good, and I don't care.
I don't care
like,
how they react.
because this is my craft. Yeah.
Right. Honestly, I mean, I feel like it's probably a balance for a lot of people there, but for us, it's like we only have 2 songs released, right? And the other one that's out is just a stripped version of, one of the songs. So we only have 3 releases. 2 of them obviously are the full band version, which we were playing, because it's the whole, it wasn't just an acoustic opening deal or whatever. So we're out on the road playing with the full band, kind of seeing how people react to it. But since those are the only 2 songs that anybody might really know, we kind of have the freedom to just sort of pick the rest of the set apart and try to see what's working. See what's a good opener, see what's a good, kind of middle of the set. And if we're going to do a cover, what's that going to be, and to try to draw people in and stuff like that. So got to kind of watch Walker's set and you know, some of the other people I've opened for over the years, kind of see what they do. And when they were coming up and stuff, like Thomas Rhett and Frankie Bowder, some of these other guys that I got to see early on and open for and stuff, like what they were doing at that level, which is, you know, kind of where I'm getting to now. So, yeah, the songs to choose, because you don't know how people are going to react, is a tough thing for sure. But, yeah, I like to throw a party. I like to just have as much fun and make sure that the audience is going to have the most fun, because if they only know 2 of the 7 to 10 songs you're going to play, then you got to figure out a way to just like keep them engaged.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether it's with fun stuff on stage, like, you know, visible stuff, or like I said, throwing in a song that they actually might know or something like that. But yeah, that's actually a cool question. That's a good question. Putting a set together is fun.
Yeah.
That's my favorite
Yeah.
part.
I was gonna say, what's your go-to cover song currently that you would like throw in your set list?
Currently, it's a Billy Currington song.
Is it Good Directions?
It really
No.
was. No,
He's got a lot of good ones.
Yeah, he's got so many good
So
ones.
many good ones.
he's like one of those guys that you don't realize you know like 20.
And if you go to one of his shows, you're like, I know every song, and you're
every
singing
song.
back, and they're all good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of those cool things. So he's a pretty solid, like, top 5 male artist for me, just vibe-wise. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You can hear something and respect it and say, oh, that's a good song, but you might not personally dig it. I personally like Billy Currington's stuff a lot. His singles are all really great, but yeah, we were doing Must Be Doing Something Right.
Oh, that's
As like something that you can kind of get people to just sort of sway to. And 'cause
Yeah.
we don't have a song like that in
in your set.
of my set, you know, of my stuff. So we wanted to find something that we didn't have yet that might be something to draw people in. So we were only doing one cover on that run, and that went well. I mean, I feel like that was a good choice, but we might try something a little more kind of rockin' or up-tempo, you know, and see how that goes, stuff like that. But backed up against the end of the set, going into Summer Cool right after that, and then closing with Rex Me was really solid.
Yeah.
It was a fun way to close it out every night. But yeah, that's definitely my favorite part, is figuring out, like, gosh, what should we do here? How are we going to get from this song to that one, and transitions and all that kind of fun stuff, you know. That's when you get to, like, you know, you've already recorded the songs, you've already written them, you've already got the shows booked, and then you're just at rehearsal just like, all right, how are we going to make this just pop off? How are we going to make this just go off? Like,
And
awesome.
make sure everybody has a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole point. You're entertaining. It's more fun when they're having fun.
Oh yeah, and that's how you're gonna capture
They're
fans,
having more
especially.
fun.
Yeah.
It's like you're having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
true.
That's a big part of it too.
Okay, what's the first thing you do when you come off of tour? Like, I know
Ooh, I have a question
some
after
people
this.
have like rituals
There you go.
that they do going to tour. So like, I guess tell me what your rituals to get on tour,
On
like
and off.
before you go to tour, and then what do you do right when you get home?
I'll tell you what I should do before is make a checklist, which I don't do, and it's always like super stressful. So I end up staying up like way too late the night before, trying to figure out how to put everything together and make sure I'm not forgetting anything, because that's like the worst.
Right.
You get like 20 miles down the road and you go, oh, I forgot the main thing I needed. You know, what I
Forgot
mean?
my
Like,
skinny jeans.
it's like getting in the car and not realizing, oh, I left the steering wheel somewhere. I can't do this without that, you know? So yeah, it's dumb stuff like that. But yeah, beforehand I would say is just like planning and trying to get everything together, and like little nitpicky things, just like making sure we have stuff to like munch on in the car when people are like hangry and freaking out, but we're not going to stop yet.
Right. Yep.
Food and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like,
What are your go-to road trip snacks?
little things. Well, I am a Costco member, so I usually try to utilize
Sponsor us.
healthy-
Sponsor us.
Please.
Sponsor Steven.
Yeah, you can get some like big boxes of, you know, decently healthy stuff, you know, huge box of granola bars and a huge box of like, I don't know, Skinny Pop, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just something to munch on that isn't like horrible for you, that you can maybe try to avoid fast food on the road, kind of a thing, because that'll drag you down.
Oh, yeah.
You know what you're eating out there on the road. You're kind of stuck in a van the whole time, so you're not even really getting a whole lot of activity other than load in the show and load out, and you're drinking. You know what I mean? So it's yeah, it's definitely nice to have some healthy munchies on the road. But when I get back, I'm usually just like a lot of guys, probably just like exhausted physically, and you know, you're just like tired, I guess. But some nice like long chill yoga, believe it or not, is
Okay.
a really good way to
All right.
kind of like stretch out and just like I don't know.
I felt like you were a yoga person. Like his voice is so like
yeah.
And now
like,
we are
after you've been on a
downward
road with
dogging.
people all the time. Like you kind of just need your time alone. Like,
Yeah,
I'm a
that's
person
a
that
good
needs my
thing
time
for it.
alone to energize.
Absolutely.
Like,
Right.
I could do a weekend, but then it's like, all right, hour alone.
Yep, and that's exactly what it is. You kind of have your own time to just like breathe and absorb everything that you just did, and even when you're in some of the poses, just like your muscles are burning, but you're like thinking about some of these hilarious conversations you have with fans, and like, you know what I mean, just fun stuff like that. So yeah, it's a nice time to just kind of relax, but also get a little, workout in, but to just sort of absorb the experience after it's over.
And have you had any weird experiences with fans on tour? Your face just went, oh.
A little bit. I mean, it's usually because of inebriation,
Yep.
on their end, and they're just having a great time, and you're just trying to figure out how to like manage that moment.
And still be like nice and be like, hey.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So, that was fun. We had to locate someone who like lost their passport at my merch table at some like it
Oh,
was
gosh.
just
Oh, man.
hilarious. Yeah. Because
Timothy
she lost
Brown,
her
please
ID.
come to the merch table.
She was using her passport as her ID because she lost that too, and I was like,
Oh,
I'm gonna
no.
help
Just
nip
poor-
this in the bum. I'm gonna get this back.
She
to
loses
you.
a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
probably a fan for life right there.
I hope
Oh,
so,
yeah.
man. Yeah, I definitely saved her a big headache at that point, but yeah, definitely some fun moments, I guess, for sure. We were doing like fun like Polaroid pictures and stuff like that too. So
I like that.
yeah, it was a good time though.
Cool.
Okay, I have a random question for you guys. It's,
Okay.
it's kind of the beginning of the year. If you guys had to cut out 3 things from magazines for your vision board, what would it be? Do you guys make vision boards? I made a vision
do.
board the other night.
I actually do.
I'll tell my story. I made a vision board, and I started one with my house church. Like, we all did that together. But I had a little extra room, and so some girls I work with at the listening room,
Yeah.
we were making them on Tuesday night. That was the rough day. So we were making vision boards. I was just kind of laying on the floor. I was like, I already have mine basically done. And I took a magazine and I said, I'm going to cut out a basketball because I want to play more basketball this year. And everyone made fun of me.
Have you played basketball since?
I just did it on Tuesday, but I just want to play more basketball. Like, I miss playing basketball. And I'm like, put this on my vision board. Then I'll think to myself, should probably go play basketball.
Basketball is your favorite sport. I like the way you
Yeah.
dribble up and down
But,
the court.
okay, so I have basketball in mine. I have a pair of like headphones for podcasting.
Okay, well, we're doing a lot of that, obviously.
Yeah.
Twice a week now.
It's going well.
Yeah. And then I cut out Aaron Watson at the Ryman, his ad, and put it on my vision
You
board.
cut out a picture of me.
I can get one.
No,
They're
that's
so
weird.
real.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That's
But-
like in Hey Arnold, like Angelica
Oh,
has like the
gosh.
shrine.
But what are
That's
3 things you guys would put on your vision board this year?
Gosh. 3 things. You go first. I feel
Me?
like you know.
Okay, I'll go first. Sure. Okay, I guess the first thing would be like a vehicle, right? Like either a van or a Sprinter or a tour bus.
Okay.
So
Speak it into existence
Yeah, I
and it
mean-
comes back.
right, for sure. I mean, like think like, act like, become. You know what I mean? I'm a big proponent of that. So that's a big part of the vision board,
See it
kind of
every
mindset,
day,
right?
yeah.
You see it
Yeah.
every day. You're it's constantly in the front of your mind instead of the back, and always taking the back burner. And one day, and it's like, no, it needs to be in front of you so that it's now. So yeah, the van or a vehicle of some kind because I want to be on the road a lot more this year. Maybe a little radio for just a
Radio
vision
play?
thing, because
Yeah.
you want to get your songs on the radio as
Yep.
a country artist. That's a big part of the game. Gets a lot of butts in seats if you have a single out there, no matter what it's doing. If there are more people hearing it on terrestrial radio, that Spotify's great. All the streaming services are great. That's how I consume music personally, but I realize that a lot of people still consume country music, especially through
Radio.
terrestrial
Radio.
And so that's a big goal for us. And luckily, a lot of people's opinions of the music that they've heard from me and meetings we've taken and stuff like that is part of the reason why Braden got on board over at William Morris is that he's like, these are hits. This sounds like
Be on
stuff
the
that
radio.
would be huge on the radio. We just need to figure out the rest of the team and get that part of it in place.
Have you had anything on radio yet?
No.
Okay.
I haven't. No, not officially or anything like that. I had a good relationship with one of the radio stations in my hometown, and I got to do a couple of really fun things with them. And they had a show that they played like unsigned artists or indie artists and things
Oh,
like
awesome.
up-and-comers that they did for a long time and played me relentlessly. So like that's really nice, but not like an official radio release
Right.
that got sent out or anything like that. So yeah, we're looking forward to kind of getting the ball rolling with both of those things. I think it kind of goes hand in hand. If you have a song out, you end up touring
gotta travel.
more, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. It kind of supports each other. Gosh, the third thing, I don't know. Honestly, it would be nice to get a paved driveway. So
Got some gravel pictures.
Yeah, just driveways.
Before today would have been getting his truck out of the mud.
Oh man. Okay, Katie, you.
Definitely I would put like an airplane because I want to travel more.
Okay.
I would put the podcast also on here because I want to make the podcast bigger than, we're going to make it bigger than it already is.
yeah.
But I want to do more interviews. Interviewing is my passion. So like if I didn't have to do it, like if I had all the money in the world and I didn't have to pay bills, I would just do interviewing. I love the fact that you can connect with people and talk to people and like find out, like, I don't know. I think people's stories are so interesting because everybody is so different, even if you come from like the same state or like every single person has different backgrounds. So I just love people so much. And like, I think you all know how much I love people. I love people. I throw parties at this point just so I can have humans around me. Like I love humans. And I don't know. I want Cotton to stop peeing in my house. So
maybe like a trained dog.
Yes, it's my my boyfriend Cotton.
Oh man.
No, that's my new puppy. I'm trying to potty train him, so he is a little Newfoundland Labrador.
He's so cute.
And he doesn't really pee that much in the house. I just want him to be potty trained so he could just like be. And I don't have to put him in like in his cage because he doesn't. I take it back. He doesn't really pee in the house because I'm always with him and like he either sits in his cage.
You just can't leave him yet.
Yeah, I just want to be able to leave him. So it's very small, but I just want him to be like a puppy without the pee.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Like, I want him to be potty trained. But he's only 4 months old, so I can't be, like, super, like, hard on him. I just got him last month, so...
I feel like it took so long for my dog to get that.
I'm waiting. I'm like, come on. I just want you to, like, tell him... Like, now he just started telling me, like, when he has to go out, so he, like, will start crying, and I'm like, yes.
Like, all right, we're doing good.
We're going somewhere. But I'm like, I know you'll still pee if you just feel it. Like, if he's not in his cage, he'll pee, like, on a carpet somewhere. He'll just do it.
So mad at him. He's so cute.
Travel, podcast, and Cotton stop peeing.
Nice.
Right, fair enough.
That'll happen.
Yes, it will. Speak it into existence. Faster.
Okay. All right. Now I have a question for you guys. Okay. Carey and I are moving into a new house.
Nice.
Congratulations, by the way. She just literally got it this week, right? Or
yes,
last week?
and it's like I've been waiting and just like praying to find somewhere to live, and we started looking in August, and we found the most affordable, nice home in East Nashville. Great. Just got a roommate today. Just need one more now. So like everything's just coming together. But Carey and I, is this too extra? We're gonna make a registry for our move.
Like you're gonna have a housewarming party and have people
like
buy you
registering on
stuff.
Target and like what can we get?
Are you guys married?
Would you gift me something?
Of course I would, because I'm extra.
Yeah. So we're gonna like send it to our dad and our mom and like send a link.
Just put it on Facebook and be like, I'm not saying you have to get me anything, but here's a link.
But like we're moving and could really use some new things.
We're broke, hi.
Like we logged on and there is like registries for like going to college. Like, why didn't I do that when I went to college?
But that's like if you have a housewarming party. You should have a housewarming party and then be like, here's our registry. Facebook event. And then here's our registry. I know we're not married, but
like we're poor.
Yeah. You want to help the community out. Nashville,
we're not married, but
make a story. Nashville's all about community. I say we all come together. This house is your house.
I'm gonna have you post the registry.
I got you. I'll brand it. I'll PR market it.
Crush it.
Yeah, you can post it. And if you want something, we'll throw it on the registry too.
No, I'm good. I got my house last month. I went Amazon Prime on it.
Well, we're gonna try the registry approach. I'll let you guys know how it goes, but
sweet.
It's a little extra.
No, but that's cool.
I think it's funny.
And I think people will do, like something small. Like if you do a housewarming, normally people go and get stuff anyway. Totally. Like they'll bring you wine. Instead of tell them, hey, instead of liquor, can you please get me a $5 like potato peeler?
Or like a new spatula.
Yeah.
Or like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
So we're going to do a registry.
No, don't put like a $500 like couch on there.
We are going to put like a vacuum.
One on there.
For your parents.
We're going to put a vacuum.
You never know.
We want a nice vacuum.
Yeah.
But y'all, I'm going to have like a house where like the best parties there. The kitchen is so nice.
Jenna, do you want to go?
You want to go see it?
No. Do you want to go like fight Because I think my parties are the best parties.
No, but you're gonna host them at my house.
Oh, I'm hosting
you're
at your
gonna co-host my
now
parties
I'm hosting
too.
Jenna's parties at her house. Great.
You're gonna send the invites.
Hey, I'm down for that. I don't have to
What you
clean
didn't
anything.
know is like, yeah, I'm gonna be there, but you're gonna be the main host.
Hey.
Because sometimes I don't like people. I don't like talking or interacting that much. Oh my heart. So like,
How do you not like people?
I'll like do like the first hour, and then like
Oh, I get that. I like people.
I'm gonna.
It depends on the person, but I like people for a good amount of time, and then I need like my time of like loneliness. I'm like, please let me be alone.
Breathe a little bit.
But yeah.
Dude, I hear you.
Yep. February 1st is the move-in date, so the Super Bowl's that Sunday. Maybe a Super Bowl
We're
party.
doing a Super Bowl party at my place, so just so you know.
Competition. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna be by myself at my place.
I already made the invitation, so
Dang you. Okay.
I haven't sent them out yet, though. That's why you didn't get one yet.
You're a liar.
No, I seriously haven't sent them out yet.
Invitations in the mail.
No, to your new house.
Yeah. To the new address.
The address I don't have. Okay.
Okay. All right. Do you want to play us a song?
Sure.
On that note,
On that note, we'll have a
would
song.
you like to
We'll
make
have a
notes?
song now. That sounds good. So, this is one of my favorites. This song's called Dear Hometown. And little bit of a backstory, because we have the opportunity to give that now, right? So I wrote this song with my producer / manager, Matt Sherman, and the other fella that is co-managing with Matt and all things my project, Neil Mason. So Neil's the drummer for the Cadillac 3, writes a ton of songs. Great guy, love him, love working together. You know, the three of us are kind of like the core of everything that we're working on. And we wrote a bunch of stuff together. This was something that just means a lot to me, because the day right before we got together to write this one, I found out like a really close friend of mine passed away. And I mean, he was like a brother, like an old bandmate. I mean, we toured a bunch together and we're just like really close friends. And so I found that out, and we got together and we were working on something for a minute, and it just wasn't clicking. And we were like, all right, let's move to something else and work on something else. And Neil threw out this title, Dear Hometown. And that was it. It was just kind of like this concept. And he just sort of explained it for a second. And I was like, I love that. Yes, that would be a really good song for me to write today. So it's sort of like a love letter to your hometown. You know, I had at that point had been gone from Jacksonville for about 2.5 years. And, you know, people's lives just keep going. I mean, you move away and are pursuing whatever it is that you want to do, but everybody back in Fort Lauderdale for you and Illinois for you, they're just doing whatever they're doing. You see it on Facebook a little bit, but like, you know, it's just not the same. So, yeah, it's just sort of about missing your hometown as a whole. And obviously everybody in it kind of goes along with that too. The ones who know, right?
Right, exactly.
So that's what this one's about. But this one's Jacksonville, little love letter.
Cool.
I love you. Dear hometown, know it's been a while. What you doing now? I sure miss your style. On 3rd Street in bare feet, walking down to the water. Couldn't get no hotter than those white sand beaches with them girls just right. Talking suntan, sunshine, drinking headlight. Whoa, do you hear that sound? Good times all around. Watching waves roll in while memories crash down. Dear hometown, dear hometown, I just had to leave. It ain't personal, just know you'll always be. Those first times, worst times, best times of my life. I can't lie, nothing quite gets me like those white sand beaches with them girls just right. Talking suntan, sunshine, drinking headlight. Whoa, you hear that sound? Good times all around. Watching waves roll in while memories crash down. Dear hometown, dear hometown. Everywhere I go, you're in it. Every song I sang, you get it. Glen Echo Road still feels like home, and I won't forget it. Like those white sand beaches with them girls just right, talking suntan, sunshine, drinking hell. Like, whoa, do you hear that sound? Good times all around, watching waves roll in while memories crash down. Dear hometown, dear hometown, been meaning to make time, meaning to slow down, been meaning to catch up for a long while now. Dear hometown, dear hometown, dear hometown. Know it's been a while, but what you doing now? Show me your style.
Woo!
Woo!
Dang, that was good.
Thank you.
That had like a very, I was like
It's
swaying
not
around
true.
to that. I was like, yes.
Do you play that one live?
I do, yeah. We jam that one, and you kind of see the same thing. You know what I mean? It's got that tempo that kind of has the head bobber thing going, and while it is sort of for me like an emotional kind of heavy song because of like how we came to write it and all of that stuff, it is really just about my memory of like how fun it is, and specifically like a drink in hand, watching the waves roll in. There's this bar called the Lemon Bar, like right there on the water in Neptune Beach, and like literally right next to Lemon Bar is an apartment that my dad lived in after my parents split up. He lived upstairs, and like we woke up to the sunrise every morning when I would stay with him. So like there's just like so much, you know what I mean? Your hometown is like your whole life. I mean, if you lived there for a long time, I never lived anywhere but there and here, so a lot of history, a lot of memories there, and there's a whole lot of that kind of woven into the lyrics of that song. But from the surface, you don't really notice that. It's like white sand beaches, and it's like fun. You're drinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whatever.
That's
It's
crazy.
a good one, though. I like that one a lot. And, I mean, shoot, I don't know if I'd even be doing music unless my parents had split up. Tell you the truth, like my dad took this job in Atlanta when I was 10, and for my 11th birthday, he got me a guitar. Like, if they hadn't split up, he might not have gone through the midlife crisis he did, that he wanted to start playing guitar randomly. And then
So he got you
might
one.
not
Yeah, you
have
won.
to me. Right. So that's kind of how that all went down. And I mean, it's so many songs are about relationships, you know what I mean? But like every relationship is what's led to a human being here, like you know what I mean? Your parents and all of that stuff. So, my parents' relationship led to me, but then the end of their relationship led to my music, which is just kind of strange to think about.
But it's funny you say that because my parents are divorced too.
Mine
my
are
parents,
too.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I feel like a lot of kids'
happens a
parents,
lot.
especially these days, like a lot of divorces happen. And
Yeah.
mine divorced when I was like 9.
Same.
And I don't think I wouldn't be I started in the music industry when I was 13 because I started doing Twitter because
Yeah.
I didn't have anybody like talk, like I was going through that emotional, like, I don't know what's going on in my life phase. And
Yeah.
Right.
I started a Twitter account. I would like go tweet whatever I wanted to. And 10 years later, now
That's
here
what
we
it
are.
leads to. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Man,
so weird to think about that.
it is crazy.
Like, what about you? You think that your parents' divorce like came and kind of impacted how you moved to Nashville? And stuff?
So my mom, okay, not my mom and dad's, but my mom was remarried for 4 years, and they got divorced my senior year of high school. And I was supposed to go play softball somewhere, and I didn't because my stepdad was a big pusher of my softball. But I was like, I'm gonna move to Nashville, go work in the music industry instead.
You know what's funny now that I think about it is that my mom has been dating the same guy for like 11 years, and me and him got in a big fight right before. The
Yeah,
reason I moved to
and it-
Nashville was because I wanted to get out of the house.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
kind of like I would have probably
Catalysts
stayed
is
around.
so
Yeah,
weird.
And the catalysts are like the little things right before every milestone in your life. There's usually something that causes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny
Because
to
now
look
think
back
about it,
to.
I would never have moved to Nashville not knowing anybody, without a car,
and I probably would. Yeah,
21 years old, not.
and without everything going on, like my mom was pregnant with his twins, so I have a little brother and
gosh.
sister of 7, and like if they didn't have so much going on, they didn't have such chaos, they would have probably been like, you're not going. They'd been
Right.
like, you can't go do that. But they were kind of like, okay, whatever,
Do
you got
whatever.
in, go, just leave. We have too much to deal with here.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah, it's the little things that get us where we're at.
Okay, do you want to do confessions?
Yeah, you need some off the record confessions.
Ooh, okay. All right. I'm going to not start this one.
I don't. Gosh.
I feel like y'all have it harder
man.
because you have to come up with them for
Every
week. I have one.
And I'm very, like, on Instagram, I'm very open about
You
everything
say
I
that.
do. Well, I told you. I think I told you. No, I told my friends yesterday. Well, I have one confession.
Okay.
I mean, it's not really a confession. It's just something really embarrassing that happened to me yesterday that no one
Okay.
told me. So I was at the dentist, and I'd like, okay, this is so embarrassing now that I think about it.
Yes.
I like,
Yes.
it's the first time I went to this dentist place, Music City Dental. They're super nice and everything. And I'm like sitting there. I had cracked my tooth over the weekend. I think I hit like my tooth with a spoon or something, and it cracked my little front tooth. And they fixed the whole thing. Looks great. But so they like showed me my tooth at the end of it, and they gave me a mirror, and they're like, yeah, let me know. And like the whole time I'm like full on like bent down, like bent back, like with my head up basically for them to work in my mouth. The whole time I had like a booger right here. And I had a bat in a cave, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was mortified, and I was like, oh my gosh, how do I do this?
Anything?
No, because like,
yo, why didn't you tell me?
like I just was like, both these people just worked in my mouth for a whole hour.
Just staring at it.
Didn't say
Looking
anything.
at it.
I don't know if they were
Oh,
staring at my
man.
mouth. I was
Probably thinking, like,
mortified.
how did she even breathe?
It was just like right here on the edge, and I was like, oh my gosh, I should have blown my nose before. Like I didn't even think about it though. Like they're gonna be like looking at your nose. So that's a confession.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I was so embarrassed. And
man.
I told my friends yesterday, and they laughed for a good 30 minutes. And I was like, it's fine. I'm a
That
joke.
can't be the worst
Now
thing
that
I've
you're, like,
ever
constantly,
seen,
like,
dude.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah, it can't be the worst thing.
God, it was so
They work in
bad.
people's mouths all
They're
day.
so close to people's faces all
Yeah, all day
time.
long.
There's
There's-
stuff
But I was just like mortified because I was like, why didn't you tell him? I could have. Oh, girl, you both are girls. Like you get
Just
Big yo girl.
something. I thought we were friends.
If I see somebody like a stranger with something
Just be
on
like,
their face or in their teeth, I say
Yeah.
something. Like I think it's nice to just not be weird and be like, hey, you know.
Yeah.
especially when you're staring at it for an
just go
hour.
ahead
And you-
take that. Yeah.
I literally was like,
Did you like wipe it right away when you saw it?
I like tried to discreetly like.
Yes.
Because I didn't, but then again, I didn't want to do it and then have it like on my hand. Like, where was I gonna put it? Like,
Flick it back at him.
You're not even looking at the
Like,
tooth.
hey,
Yeah, the tooth
why did-
fairy.
yeah,
Why
I
didn't you
literally
tell
was like,
me?
I was like, I literally was like, oh my gosh, I want to die. It's fine. That
Oh
was a
my
confession.
gosh.
That's
What about you, Jenna?
Oh man, I have two, but like they're kind of like, meh.
They're kind
Are
of
they,
mad.
are they two that you're gonna share, or you're
You know, I'm
She's trying to
trying to decide which
Pick
one
and
I
choose.
should share and which one I shouldn't. Well, I mean, it's not really a confession. I mean, it puts me in a good. It makes me look like a better person.
All right.
Just
Positive confession.
the other day, I was wearing my winter jacket and I went out on Sunday night with some guys, and like we were.
You gave the guy your winter jacket because he was cold.
No, we were we were all drinking, and it was a Sunday, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got to stay up longer. Here, Jenna, take some Adderall." And I put it in my pocket because I wasn't gonna take it.
Oh,
so
ew,
I still
yeah.
have it in my pocket. So I didn't take
Throw it away.
But I found it today. I was like, "What is this in my pocket?" And I was like, "Oh, that was from Sunday."
Throw it away.
And then I looked at it, I'm like,
Sunday remnants.
Are you taking it?
"Put it back in my pocket."
Throw it away. Why do you need Adderall?
I was gonna offer it to you. No,
You do not need me on Adderall. No,
gosh.
I don't know what it does because I've
That's
never
my
had
confession is I
it.
have Adderall in my pocket, and I feel like it's a crime.
Oh, I mean, it's not yours. So, and also, Adderall's prescribed to people.
Oh shit! Someone's missing their Adderall.
They are.
All right, well, that's my confession. That's all I can think of.
Throw it away after this.
It's not in this coat. It's my other one.
Throw it away
It's in my
when you
car.
get home.
All
There
right.
you go. All right. Mine. Oh man, I tried to think of something that would work, but something we talked about, last time when we tried this, that I didn't end up mentioning that I.
That's
I
a
guess
confession, Jenna.
Confession. I did shitty audio. Steven already came in for a podcast.
Right. Yeah, that's the confession. We did one of these before, and like.
Oh,
it
man.
Did not work out.
There was 3 in a row. It was a rough period of my life.
Rough patch.
It's
patch.
before me.
Before Katie.
It was BK before Katie.
There we go. Now there's AK. That's good.
And now you got AK.
Yeah, AK.
Nice. So I do like this funny side hustle thing.
Yes.
It's like a lot of fun. I'm not super active with it, but it's also not a super forward facing brand. That was never really like the idea. I just wanted to do it for fun. So I draw and make enamel pins, like lapel pins that you see on guys like jackets and hats.
That's
and
why
stuff
you're
like
wearing
that.
the.
He
is
has
that
one
why-
on now.
Yeah, I'm saying you have the. He's got
That's one
3.
right there.
And
He's got 2.
yeah, last time he brought me some, so I'll have to show them to you, Katie.
Oh, yeah, there you go,
I have
yeah.
3 of them.
I put them on my jean jackets. Wait,
Yeah, I have a jean
do you
jacket.
have like a side bit? Like, do you do
I
that?
should have brought you some.
I'll buy some.
The problem,
Yeah.
I took my wife's car. I didn't bring my truck.
I'll
I keep
buy
leaving my
some.
truck. Well,
I love
Say,
that,
oh,
especially
God.
the Tennessee one. He's wearing a
Yeah.
Tennessee
Yeah,
one with the
this
3.
one. He has some
that's
funny
the best
ones.
one. That's the most popular. The TriStar is the most popular. But I got a couple of funny ones that, just whatever I drew, like funny. You can go look it up. But
Yeah, they're funny.
It's called Music City Pens. And
Look
so
it up.
Neil plays for the Cadillac 3, and they've got a big tour coming up. And luckily, he got me in touch with the girl that handles some of that part of their band and their business and stuff. So, yeah, I've been back and forth with her on a bunch of pen designs for them for this tour, and we got
that's
everything
cool.
like locked down. So, that's another like fun thing that I want to start doing a little bit more is try to get pins made for artists that want them and brands that want them. I did something for a really cool like athletic brand.
Can you make me a Texas one?
I can definitely make you a Jenna Texas pin.
Yes.
I have like 100 of them, so, or 1,000, like whatever you want. But yeah,
Texas.
that's like a fun thing that I've never really announced or owned up to or like said that was
That's
me
you.
or anything like that. Yeah,
That's so cool,
I
though.
keep my emails very like nondescript as well. Like I don't put my name. This is
SC.
from this dude. Yeah, like
It's
this
like code name.
From Stephen Curry.
yeah, just get him real confused.
It's your doppelganger name, Stephen
But
Curry.
yeah, so I am the
He's the guy behind it.
Bum bum bum.
Now everyone's gonna know.
yeah.
The whole world knows now. Go buy some Music City pens.
That, and if you want pens, hit me up.
Hashtag ad, hashtag spawn. From
Hashtag
Music City pens.
we're gonna start running ads. Speaking of that,
I'm really thirsty, Jenna.
you need some water?
Yeah. Do you have any?
You know what I got?
What?
I have some Defiance fuel.
Is there a way to get it cheaper? Because I just I can't do
You can't. You don't like buying
right.
your water.
like straight out, yeah.
You can use code NOIZE with a Z, Noize at checkout at defiancefuel.com.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go on right now.
Use some
And buy
water.
some.
We did have a guest on. We need to check in back in with him.
Oh, Adam.
Adam sent him 4 cases.
Mm-hmm.
So Adam should be drinking the Defiance fuel, and we'll
Nice.
get a review.
Cool.
I think it's the best water.
Yeah.
Doesn't make
So-
you water bloated. You don't get sloshy on it.
Okay.
I feel better hydrated.
I did not know that there were like
Brand ambassadors.
different types of waters.
Oh man, we'll have to get you some. So
It's
you
like
can try
kind of
it
like
too.
Music City Light and how there's different beers, but it's water. It's got different minerals and stuff.
It
in
does,
doesn't it?
Okay,
and I
okay.
really, it's like geared towards athletes and like people.
Like I first got it at the Hit Shop, which is the place I work out at.
and I get
I'm
it.
not crazy. Like Smart Water is pretty delicious compared to some other waters.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not crazy.
Which is weird because some people don't like Smart
Smart
Water
water.
and they
Mhm.
like Dasani, or some people don't like
I hate
Dasani and they like
Dasani.
Smart Water.
Sorry,
It's
Dasani.
just weird.
Yeah,
Not a
sorry.
fan.
I don't
But yeah,
care. Water's
I love,
water.
I love my Defiance fuel. Doesn't make me water bloated. I feel better hydrated on it.
That's cool.
Cool.
And yeah, keeps my vocals good.
Cool. Do you have any other songs that you want to play for us?
Yeah, sure. I'll play.
Single, Rex Me?
Yeah, I'll play Rex Me for sure. Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
like you said earlier, we're stoked that we kind of passed that 1 million mile marker on the streams for Spotify for Rex Me. The stripped version is out. I love that version. It's got some other like kind of more ambient string cool stuff going on, and that's usually how songs are born, or from like an acoustic version of some kind or another. But ironically, that one came from like this crazy like electronic demo that Neil sent me. That he worked on that song with Zach Crowell and Ryan Hurd, who I'm like a big fan
Which
of.
are, yeah.
right? And everybody, whether you know it or not, is a big fan of Zach Crowell because of his work with Sam Hunt. So like it was cool just getting to sift through some of Neil's catalog and Matt's catalog and try to figure out what songs were going to be best for me, because we were writing a ton of stuff and working on their stuff too and all that. So yeah, this stripped version is like the only version of it
Yeah.
like that, because the original demo we got with Ryan's vocal on it was like crazy sounding. It was very, very different. Then we figured out how to make it work with the band, and then we like stripped it back and added some strings and all this cool stuff. So I say we, like I did anything. It was all Matt. Like Matt's the producer. He's the mastermind. If you like the way it sounds, it's him. I do my part. I do my vocals
Yeah.
and say, yes, this sounds amazing. Thank you so much.
Perfect.
Yes. All right, so we'll do Rex Me. Here we go. call in the middle of the night. You're on, like I'm standing right here outside and I let you in. We come together like a car crash. Somehow it all happened so fast and you're gone. It feels so right, it feels so wrong, but I'd rather have a girl that wrecks me rather than feel nothing at all. Don't know if you love me or you're obsessed with pushing my heart up against the wall. If this is just a game to you, maybe you can just play me. Here I am, girl, take me, 'cause I'd rather have a girl that wrecks me. I'd rather have a girl that wrecks me than that same love, that safe love. Can't help but let you drive me insane, love. 'Cause I'd rather have a girl that wrecks me. I'd rather have a girl that likes me hanging by a thread. I know it might end up killing me in the end. I don't know why I try to fight it, 'cause we both know I kinda like it this way. Even if you only like the chase, I'd rather have a girl that wrecks me rather than feel nothing at all. Don't know if you love me, you're obsessed with pushing my heart up against the wall. If this is just a game to you, maybe you can just play me. Here I am, girl, take me, 'cause I'd rather have a girl that wrecks me. I'd rather have a girl that wrecks me than that same love, that safe love. Can't help but let you drive me insane, love. 'Cause I'd rather have a girl that wrecks me. I'd rather have a girl. You know exactly every button, you let every taste linger. You got me all up in my head, got me wrapped around your finger. But I'd rather have a girl that wrecks me rather than feel nothing at all. Don't know if you love me or you're obsessed with pushing my heart up against the wall. If this is just a game to you, maybe you can just play me. Here I am, girl, take me, 'cause I'd rather have a girl that wrecks me. I'd rather have a girl that wrecks me than that same love, that safe love. Can't help but let you drive me insane, love. 'Cause I'd rather have a girl that wrecks me. I'd rather have a girl.
Woo! Yeah.
We done did it.
Yeah, we done did it.
It's done did.
Yes.
We done did it. Steven, where can everyone follow you, stream your music, find you?
Thank you. Yes, please go find me. Instagram is probably the thing that I'm most active and available on regularly. So it's Stephen Carey Country, Stephen with a PH, Carey, Carey, Country. And it's a little too long for Twitter, so it's just kind of looks like Scary Country. It's just Scarey Country on that. And then just Stephen Carey Music. You can search it on Facebook. But yeah, please go check it out on Spotify. If you guys are listening and jamming on your tunes, you can heart things on Spotify now. It's a relatively new thing.
Yep.
Instead of saves, you can just kind of heart a song now, which is rad. So yeah, go find the stuff and
That's
take a
neat.
listen. We're stoked too, man. We just got it moved over to the Wild Country playlist
Oh,
on top
yeah.
of Reboot, so it's kind of got a little extra boost from that too.
Yeah.
So if those are your favorite playlists, hopefully you're hearing it there. But if not, go find it, man. There's a ton of great artists on that playlist as well. Jay Hartley's on there now. He's rocking and rolling.
Killing
too.
it.
I'm
There's
stoked
a lot
for
of
that guy.
really great artists on there.
Awesome. Yeah, it's really cool to see. You know, I love Jay.
You know, there's other great artists
Joey.
on our Noisemaker playlist.
Yes, which you will be able to find
The
Rex
new-
me on.
Yeah, you will. Everyone who's on
Awesome.
the podcast is on there. So sometimes I listen to it and I'm like, wow, we've got some talented people on this podcast. I like
killer.
surprise myself. I'm like, these are great songs. It's a really good playlist.
Yeah.
I don't know why I haven't gone to look at that yet. I need to go follow that playlist, which you should too.
Under Inside the Noise.
Yes.
Yes.
And Jenna, what is your Instagram and stuff like that?
My Instagram is J Heidemann.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find us at InsideTheNoise.com with a Z. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Rate and review on iTunes.
Instagram is Inside the Noize with a
The
Z.
Z.
And then me personally, mine is Katie Kelp. Like you guys know, just look on the tags on Inside the Noize.
Yep. All right.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Steven,
so much
for hanging out
having
with
me.
us.
This has been a blast.
Cool.
Woo.
And we're out.
Done.
Boom.